Well, let's get this tour started with my retro PC gaming area. And yeah, this has definitely been a change since my last game room tour. And down below there, you'll see my current retro PC. It's a Windows 98 machine. It's running a Pentium 4 on an ATI Rage graphics card. The cool thing about Windows 98 SE is that it does have USB support, so I'm able to use modern keyboard and mouse. And then that sound bar below there, that plugs into my Sound Blaster sound card in my Windows 98 machine. And you know, having USB support also allows me to have RGB on a retro computer, which is pretty cool. Modern keyboard and mouse and modern sound bar, and it sounds absolutely great with that Sound Blaster sound card. Now I do have a Windows 95 Packard Bell that's not set up here, but I do pull that out of the closet once in a while and set it up. It, however, does not have USB support, so I do have to change the keyboard and mouse around, which is worth it if you're in the mood for playing some Windows 95 games, or just it's cool just to get on that Packard Bell, because that was my first computer, and just kind of nostalgic for it once in a while, so I'll pull it out of the closet and hook it up as well. Now, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see here, but the Windows 98 machine does have a Doom PC badge, which is pretty cool, and goes along with the theme, of course. And then below the desk, I do have several PC games. Now you're not going to be able to see it very well because the lighting's not great, but I'm going to show the rest of my PC games, my retro PC games that I really love. They're on a shelf, and we'll get to that here in just a little bit. All right, so next to the PC is a little arcade area that I've set up here. Now I've got my Mayflash arcade stick, and it plugs right into my Neo Geo Mini, and it's running on a flat screen HDMI TV that I got at a garage sale for like $10 this last summer. And the cool thing about it is it's a smaller screen, and it actually makes this Neo Geo Mini look better, because there are some complaints when you plug that thing into a bigger HD TV. You'll see some imaging issues as far as filters that you have no way of changing. So this configuration actually works very, very well, and I'm loving it because I can just pull up here on my chair and just start playing some Neo Geo. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, and then next to that is my modern PC, and I would say it's a middle of the road gaming PC. Nothing too spectacular. And on it, I'm playing Slain. So I play a lot of modern retro games on this PC that need to have, you know, a higher operating system as far as system requirements to play. And of course, all the modern retro PC games do require that. This configuration works out very well for me. Xbox One wired controller, and yeah, my modern PC. So right there, that is my PC gaming area. Windows 98, Windows 10, and my Neo Geo Mini running on an HDMI TV. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the CRTs that I have in consoles and game collections as well. And what you'll find over here, right next to the Sony Trinitron, so try not to fall down, is some of my collection of retro games. Down on the bottom there, that's my Dreamcast collection. And then Evercade collection, got quite a few carts for my Evercade collection. Really enjoy that, the Evercade, by the way. Great way to play a lot of those retro games, and especially retro arcade games. Does a great job emulating that And then if you go up right above that, we do have my PS1 long box collection. I've been adding to that, you know, the best I can, and yeah, it's getting there. Some notables on my long box collection, of course, would be Resident Evil, Doom, and Kingsfield, which is that's kind of went up in price. So yeah, and then if you go up to my Atari Jaguar loose cart collection. Now, some of these carts I have complete in box, and I'll be showing that here shortly when we get to my retro gaming cabinet and where I have those stored. But I keep all the cartridges out and loose so that I can grab them, pop them in, and play them anytime I want. This game room is more functional than design. You know, that's the most important thing, is to be comfortable and have it designed kind of where I could just grab a cart, grab any game and play it. I try to keep all my consoles plugged in and connected. And yeah, so right next to that is my Sony Trinitron CRT. This is a free TV. We saw an ad on Facebook. You know, it's free if you want to come get it. And of course, this thing weighs a ton. So I guess it's free, but we had to load it and move it. So yeah, you decide if that's worth it to you. Okay, and below that Sony Trinitron CRT is my launch model PS1 and my launch model Dreamcast. Now the PS1's easy to tell if it's a launch model, and that is to look at the back of the system. It's got the AV connectors, and that first console that they had, that first model, came with those AV connections on the back. So just plug in your AV cables and you're good to go. So that's how to tell it. You can tell by the serial number on the Dreamcast. Then I also have my Nintendo Wii and my Xbox 360. That one's connected to this Sony Trinitron. I also have, my Wii is hacked, so it has the entire NES, Sega Genesis, Super NES libraries on it, and a few other things, but yeah. Okay, and next to the Sony Trinitron there, I have two of my more modern consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One. I also have the Wii U as well. I don't have a lot of Wii U games, but it's a lot of fun to own, and I really do enjoy it. Below that, you have drawers, and these drawers are full of controllers. We'll see, the lighting's not great in here, but yeah, full of controllers. So there's that. Yeah. All right. And, you know, on the walls, I've got my Streets of Rage poster. That was given to me by my daughter for Christmas, or birthday, I can't remember. And then my nephew gave me a Punisher poster. My favorite superhero, if you will, is the Punisher. And so glad to have those two posters. And then, yeah. So next to that, I do have my huge CRT, and this is an JVC iArt CRT, and it's the biggest CRT I've ever owned. It's huge. This was also free as well. We had to go load it into my pickup. I had to get help to load it into this room, of course. It weighs an absolute ton. We had to put it on a dolly, and man, it was rough. I don't ever want to move this TV out of here, so I think it's there for good. If and when we sell the house, the new owner's going to get that TV. I love the TV, don't get me wrong, but man alive, it is a pain to move. All right, and on that TV, we have some of the Hyperkin HD consoles, clone consoles. So the Hyperkin Mega HD, and it is playing Castlevania Bloodlines. This is these consoles are very cheap, and it's a cheap way to play some of your retro games on an HD TV. it does a good job of it. Now, it doesn't compete with some of the more expensive solutions that are out there, but it does look good on an HD TV. On that iArt CRT, we actually have Attack of the Mutant Penguins playing on it, and that's of course an Atari Jaguar game, and a good one at that. Then below that, and the lighting doesn't get very good down here, but I have a Sega Saturn, PS2 Slim, and then PS3 and original Xbox. And so all of those are connected to one of the inputs on this iArt TV, and they all go through a switch box, so easily switched and easily able to play it. All right, and next to the iArt CRT is the cabinet that has some of my favorite consoles on it, of course, and that is the Sega Genesis 32X, Sega CD, the Frankenstein, basically. That's it. I love it. Works fantastic. And actually, if you're playing Sega Genesis games through the 32X, because you can, still plug in your Sega Genesis games and play them. It uses different video processors, and it gets rid of a common problem in some of the older Sega Genesis models, and that's the jail bar effect, or the vertical lines. You get a Sega 32X and slap that on your Genesis, man, it looks fantastic. It looks great, and you're still using original hardware, so it's awesome. Next to that, I have a new addition to the game room, and that's the Neo Geo CD. Now, I got that in a trade with my buddy Jason over at the Kinda Cool YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description, of course. Yeah, I love my Neo Geo CD, and I don't know, man. It's awesome. And you hear a lot of people complain about it. No, it's not the AES, and of course the AES is probably more desirable. But I'm loving owning the CD. And it's actually a cheap way to play Neo Geo games. For one reason, there's no security. You can play backups on the Neo Geo CD. And I take full advantage of that. And even the games, so the official games are cheaper than AES games, for the most part. There's a few exceptions. So it's cheaper. It's a great way to enjoy the Neo Geo on official hardware. Now, if you go down to the second shelf there on the left-hand side, that is my NEC PC Engine Dual. So it's actually from Japan. It's all in Japanese. And if you see, you'll see a controller cable plugged in there. That's actually an extension. The cables that come on a PC Engine controller are very short. So I have an extension, I run it down underneath, and I just grab that, plug in my controller when I'm ready to go. So, of course, the PC Engine Dual plays PC Engine CDs, Turbo CDs, and it is region free on the CD part of it. I just got my official EverDrive for the PC Engine, and I'll probably use it in my actual TurboGrafx 16 system down there, leaving the PC Engine Dual open to play CDs. So it's pretty cool. I've got the entire TurboGrafx 16 and PC Engine library on that EverDrive. Next to it, you will see my Atari Jaguar. I love the Jaguar, love to play it, I love collecting for it. I really enjoy it. It's so nostalgic to me, and there's so many games that I missed out on when I owned my Jag back in the day. So it's been a whole lot of fun, and it's probably one of my most, probably the proudest collection I have is my Jaguar collection. Also, I wanted to let you know that the PC Engine Dual came as a trade from a buddy in our trade group, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description for Joe, and I sure appreciate that. And then the Super NES next to the Jaguar. It is, I acquired it through a trade as well, and look what great condition it is in. It looks great. It's also region free, which is a pretty easy mod you can do to a Super NES to make it region free. It's also been recapped, and it came from my buddy Josh over at Play More Games, so I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. Down below you will see my TurboGrafx 16, of course. My NES, I love my NES, I love it. Love collecting for the NES. It's an easy console to collect for. Great console if you're just looking into getting into retro gaming to start with. A lot of fun, man. Next to it, of course, is my Jungle Green Nintendo 64, and it's a lot of fun. Don't have the hugest N64 library or collection, I should say, but I do have what I want on it. Some great games, of course, are all the Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario 64, and Mario Kart, of course, Doom. Yeah, so you know what? I love my N64, and that's the original. I'm the original owner of that Jungle Green N64. So, yeah, awesome. There's my console collection for the most part. Okay, let's check out the games. But first, on the top of the game shelf, I have my Master Chief Halo 3 Collector's Edition. Really cool. Glad to get that. That came from a garage sale as well. Next to it, of course, my Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. And then next to it, 2 of my complete in-box PS1 consoles. And then underneath that is where I start. I'm a Sega Genesis guy, so Genesis games got to be on top and have top priority. But here's most of my Sega Genesis complete in-box collection. And when you drop down to the next shelf, you'll see my Sega Master System collection, not very big. My Sega 32X collection. And a few of the standouts there that you're probably not seeing, but NBA Jam, well, I do have that at complete in box. Doom, of course, and then Space Harrier and Afterburner complete. So I've got some really good games. Now they're my favorite 32X game and most expensive, most valuable one is Blackthorn. I'll be showing that to you. It's in the cabinet, so we'll be looking at that here pretty soon. And then we're going to start kind of my loose cartridge collection. But before we do that, let's check out some more complete in box. Now Shadowrun isn't complete in box, and it's actually going to jump in the mail and fly its way over to Kinda Cool Jason, because we did make a trade for it. Then in the front there's, okay, so all 3 of these were found at my pawn shop, and I got a really good deal on them. Landstalker complete in box, Haunting starring Poltergeist is complete in box, and of course Shadowrun. Shadowrun's game and case, basically. Really great find. Excited to find those at a pawn shop. And then Streets of Rage 2 complete in box, and behind it, that's one I'm really proud of. And I got this one from my buddy Ryan over at the 123 Gamer Man channel. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Shining Force complete in box. Shining Force 2, sorry, complete in box, the cardboard variety, and it's in excellent condition. It does have a puncture in the box, but very hard to notice, and it's in excellent condition. Then we got John Madden Football complete in cardboard box. One of my first games that I had, and man, we played a lot of John Madden Football in my house. Wow, it was awesome. And then over next to it, we do have the original Golden Axe complete in box. Outlander, I just picked it up. It's game and case. Really enjoy it. It's Mad Max with the name change, basically. Light Crusader back there, complete in box. Yeah, I really am a Sega Genesis guy. I'm a Sega guy. But there you go. All right, now moving on to my Sega Master System collection. And I play my Sega Master System collection on a power-based converter. I just picked it up. It came from my buddy Terry over at Nostalgia Lane YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description as well for him. I got some really good stuff from Terry in the past. It's been a good year trading with you, Terry, man. I appreciate it. And I also got some Sega 32X games from him as well. So, complete in box Sega 32X games. And then anything that has a cardboard box, I pull them out just so that I don't have to keep, opening that cardboard. Some of the Sega 32X titles that I have loose, Doom, Afterburner, Space Harrier, really good games. And then I've got my most valuable Sega 32X cart loose, and it's in the gaming cabinet, so we'll get there soon. Love my Sega 32X, man. All right, then next we've got loose Sega Genesis cart collection. So there you go. One more look. All right, now we're going to go down to the next shelf, and we're going to go into the boxes behind it. So this is my NES collection. And then there's another game I got from Ryan. It's the Blood Bowl big box PC game. Next to it, I got it from Ryan as well as the Super C complete in box. I love Super C, man. I am a Super C guy. I'm on Team Super C. I love Contra as well, but I think Super C is a better game. Yeah, you can hate me in the comments. I'm good with that. I'm in the minority. Next to it, I've got Kiss Psycho Circus. I did an unboxing of that. I got it brand new a few months ago, and did an unboxing on my channel. If you want to, look on my channel, you'll find that. But it was pretty cool to unbox a big box PC game. Pretty sweet. All right, then we got Dragon Warrior complete in box. I love this, man. The box has, it's got some tatters and a tear, but it displays very well, and it's complete. Like, all the inserts are in there. The map is in there, the guide, everything. It's awesome. So yeah, one of my, favorite NES games that I have in my collection. I got that from Ryan, 123 Gamer Man, as well. And then I did a video on Witch Haven, my story with Witch Haven. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing the video, and a lot of fun getting this and replacing it for 30 years after the time that I'd lost it. So, not a great game. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. It's super nostalgic to me. All right, then we got Tecmo Bowl. Speaking of nostalgia, Tecmo Bowl, man. We played a lot of that in my house as well. We played, we had tournaments and everything with my cousins and my nephews, so it was a lot of fun. Next to that, Ryan hooked me up again. This is a big box, not the little smaller box of Diablo 2, but the big box of Diablo 2. So, very cool. All right, I'm just trying to maximize my space, and I'm running out of space, so that's why you're going to see games behind games, and I'm just trying to use every inch of free space that I can. All right, NES loose game collection. Not the biggest, but I'll tell you, especially if you're starting out, don't think you have to own every game. Get the games that you like to play. Get the games that you had before that are nostalgic to you first. All right, then below we've got some 5-screw. Let me adjust this. 5-screw NES games, not any ones that are expensive. So then we go on to my Super NES collection. Of course, Super Contra. I will tell you that Ninja Gaiden, that is a repro. It's a good one though. Super Turrican, if you see that in there. Castlevania Dracula X, that's a repro as well. Those are my 3 repros. Everything else is original, and I have them marked accordingly. I don't mind repros, but I do mark them so that everybody knows. Not a huge SNES collection, but like what I said is games that I like to play. So then behind there, I almost forgot, Mob Rules, Windows 95 game. I love that game. And a deep cut I would consider. Cyber Girl, great pinball game. It's sealed and in the box. One of these days I'm going to open that. Doom 3, of course. Alright, now we're going to move on to my PS1 collection. And, you know, notable standouts would be Diablo, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, of course. And, yeah, you know, I got some fairly valuable PS1 games. Not hugely valuable, but, you know, ones that run around $100 anyway. Not very many of them, probably 3 or 4. I love collecting for the PS1. I love playing my PS1. It's just very, very nostalgic to me. Just like, you know, every game I collect means something. So, and it's either because I want to play it or it means something to me. Alright, finish off the PS1 collection, of course, along with my long boxes that I showed earlier. Then we go to PS3. Not a big PS3 collection. A lot of these games you can get for dirt cheap right now. PS3, Xbox, Xbox One. So, then it goes into my original Xbox collection. Sorry, I'm doing the best with my camera here. And then it goes down to the floor. Down to my Xbox 360 collection. And I'll give you another look at that. Sorry, guys. So I'm just, yeah, like I said, trying to use every inch of space. Alright, so there's 2 NES games that I love, and I got them kind of as a shrine over here, a little tiny shrine. Yeah, what can you say about Link and Zelda? That hasn't already been said. Then below that I have my PS2 collection. Not bad, I love my PS2. And then below that I have my small Sega Saturn collection. And I do have my Sega Saturn cartridge that I have a Pseudo Saturn on it, so it'll play any region. So a lot of Japanese games are cheaper than the US counterparts. So then below that I've got my complete in-box NEC TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine games. And then right beside that I have my Neo Geo CD games. Notable ones from my Neo Geo collection would be Baseball Stars 2 and Xeno Crisis, which is a modern game that they made and put out on several different retro consoles. It's a great shooter, kind of like Smash TV is what I would compare it to. And then next to it, yeah, I already said my TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine collection. Of course, notable ones there, Alien Crush, and the legendary Axe Complete End case as well. Alright. So one kind of last look at this side of the game room. That shelf goes pretty high. There you go. All right. And here it is. Let's zoom out a little bit. So top shelf in the gaming cabinet, my complete in-box Sega Genesis console. Awesome console. I love having this. I did an unboxing just to show you guys what it was like. So if you want to check my channel, you can find details about that as well. Complete in-box Sega Dreamcast. Thanks Ryan. Ryan sent me the paperwork for that. That's all I was missing. And so it is complete in box now. That box is my original Sega Dreamcast box. So pretty cool. And then of course the Sega Genesis Mini, or Sega Genesis Classic. I am a Sega guy. Alright, so I said my most valuable 32X game was in the cabinet, and that is Blackthorn. And I absolutely love Blackthorn. I love this version of it. Very cool, very awesome to be able to play that on the 32X. And then from my buddy Terry, man, he made a trade with me, and I'm sure I came out with the better end of that deal. But Mega Turrican complete in box, and it's just in really good condition. The box it came with I still have, because I want to keep it. It was a rental box, and it had like a sticker, but the sticker was like right across the face of Mega Turrican. So I just used a different authentic Sega Genesis clamshell. Took the artwork out and swapped it over, but I still have that. The first one, the rental box. So very cool. And then my buddy Dad Racer Mark went to Japan, actually did some game hunting in Japan, and brought me back the Mega Drive version of Shining Force 2. Very cool, and I can play it. And I probably have Shining Force 2 memorized, where I could probably play it and beat it on the Japanese version. But then of course there's my US Shining Force 2. So that's the top shelf. Oh, also, before I forget, I'm using these Sega branded, 8-bit branded Big 6 wireless arcade pads. And these things are awesome. And I just figured it out too, I got one that was kind of, it malfunctioned, so I had it replaced. And that was easy, of course. And I'm using it, one of them I'll use on my Switch or my Mini, and then the other one I use on my Sega Genesis. Or you can use them both on Sega Genesis hardware, but it's a 6-button controller that is in the exact shape of the old Batarang 3-button controller. It's very cool. So I highly recommend them. And then of course the arcade stick, 6-button. I also have the 3-button over here, and my power base converter. Pretty cool. All right, now we're gonna go down to my Atari Jaguar collection. So the carts that are out here, those are all just, I only own the cart for those particular games. Stand out some of my favorite, of course, Wolfenstein 3D, Power Drive Rally. I like Cybermorph. NBA Jam Tournament Edition, one of the best ports of that game is on the Jaguar. Rayman, and of course I love video pinball, so Ruiner is a really good game. The rest of them are complete in-box games. Super Burnout, fantastic racing game, arcade racing game, just amazing game. Then we also have Alien vs. Predator. We've got Bubsy. We got Brutal Sports Football, great fun multiplayer game. You can see what we got. Ultra Vortex, one of my favorite fighting games. It's quickly become one of my favorite fighting games on any platform, but it's really good on the Jaguar, and an exclusive to the Jaguar. So very cool. Katsumi Ninja, I like, actually. Yeah. Mutant Attack of the Mutant Penguins that was playing on the iArt. Got it complete in box. Cannon Fodder, great game. And one of my favorite games of the Jaguar, and one of my favorite games all time, Iron Soldier. Fantastic game. Skyhammer, really good game that really does show off what the Atari Jaguar hardware could do. Alright, and then below that is some of my minis that I have, and also a handheld, the Game Boy Pocket, and it is modded, so it has a backlit screen. And my buddy Josh did that, and then he traded it to me. So thank you, Josh, over at Play More Games. Link in the description. NES Classic, my Super NES Classic, and then my Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. Then I've got a few Secret Santa gifts back there. The PlayStation coasters, and a little PlayStation bin that's full of playing cards. Very cool. My Evercade boxes are back there. Love the Evercade. And then, of course, my plug and play Pac-Man game that I got at a garage sale. So there you go. That is the gaming cabinet.